Southampton City Council has recently put out a statement to suggest that the new bus hub from today, Monday the 13th of November 2023, they will be trying to stop cars from coming down this road all the way past West Quay. This is both a good as well as bad thing, because it could indicate that there is going to be more traffic across the rest of the city, as well as by some other people indicating the motor mobility across the road will actually have some issues having people get to it, because if cars can't come up the road, then how are you supposed to get to the car park to be able to then get a mobility scooter or anything to be able to get around the city? A few things that has been suggested is that they will expand the motor mobility. Well, we're not sure where they're going to expand it to. If you can't drive down this far, how are you supposed to be able to get to it? As well as how they're going to stop cars from coming down this road. As of the moment, there is like 6 cars coming down this road. From the concepts that they've shown off, it looks like they're going to be able to make it so that they push in slightly and make 2 different lanes for buses to come down. This does make the car park just across from me at the current moment whilst I'm recording this cease to exist. It's going to turn into a park for people to come sit down on, wait and enjoy the time before their bus comes, and they do suggest that the bus times will increase by about 10 minutes. What would be a beneficial thing if a singular road will be able to improve that. Luckily, Southampton isn't short of car parks in the city. It just means that you're not going to be able to park in an open car park like this. You've got to go park in a West Quay car park or the IKEA car park or wherever you can. What is a multi-story car park, means that it's a good use of space. One of the other things that the council's suggestion from this being in place is that it's going to improve air quality not only in the city but in general. This is kind of contradicted by, of course, quality of buses and even cars happen to be possibly idling in other parts of the city if there is currently traffic. It ceases to be seen what the changes will actually change in the future of cars as well as ability to be able to move in the city. One of my suggestions to be able to actually change is the traffic lights. The traffic lights in the city right near West Quay along this area is actually one of the biggest choke points of this whole road. At the current moment, every 2 or 3 vehicles it seems to stop and people want to get through. This doesn't of course happen during the evenings when there's less foot traffic, but it does happen during the daytime when buses need to get through, get to their next stop and try and go through. If this is going to be a permanent bus hub, then it means that it probably should be improved. And sure, it's not feasible for us to be able to straight away just make it an underpass, but we had one before. We had one before I can remember, and it went all the way through New West Quay. But New West Quay of course got created, and now we don't have that underpass anymore. We have a stupid traffic light system that keeps on stopping everyone from both ways, including buses that are trying to come out of a roundabout from the current hub. What's even worse is that bigger vehicles such as vans and things might not be able to fit into these multi-storey car parks because of the ramps as well as the height limits that they do have. What means that if you do have a taller vehicle, you're going to have more of a limitation of where to park in the city because that car park over this side is going to be closed. My suggestion that instead of turning Toys R Us, what is in our current city, unused or anything like that, instead of turning that into housing that their current plans are, is to turn that into our current new bus hub, because that would allow a lot more buses to be able to come in, come sit down, and they can park up and go get a drink or whatever they need to be able to get. And it's also the case of us, the people, can easily be able to transfer from there to the train station or to coaches if we were to go somewhere else in the country. Obviously this is probably not going to happen anytime soon and probably will never happen in my lifetime. If we were to change that, it would make it so that we would have a hub for transport instead of turning around and having to go to the bus hub what's over this side, walk right through West Quay, go all the way to the train station to be able to get to the train station, or take another bus going all the way to the train station. What there is only limited amounts that go the other side of the train station at the current moment. So even though this is not a blatantly bad thing, it is the case of you've got to look at it in a possible bad way of, hey, this will be taking away parking spots that the disabled and things might need. That gets out a lot of my thoughts, and I hope that can be edited into something. Yeah, hopefully you could hear me. The wind and stuff keeps them picking up and all that, but I think I found a good spot that isn't too windy. Maybe the camera's windy, I don't know. Alright, let's go get some B-roll footage.